I know this is a pretty unusual video for me to make, seeing as I pretty much only upload about gaming content and stuff like that, but I want to talk about this new YouTube update just because as someone who uses YouTube a lot, whether it's for uploading my own content or watching other people's content, I felt like it'd be a good idea for me to come in here and give my thoughts on this new YouTube update that came out about a week ago. First off, let me just say this update is not a good idea at all. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, YouTube decided to remove public dislikes from videos, so nobody can see the dislikes on videos anymore except for the person who uploaded the video. And they gave a few reasons for doing this in their little video they made about it, and most of it had to do with essentially stopping people from review bombing videos, and there's also some stuff about mental health and things like that for, people uploading the videos and how the dislikes affect them and stuff like that. Now on paper that sounds pretty good. It sounds like YouTube is taking people's mental health into consideration and trying to protect their content creators and things like that, which yeah is nice, but I highly doubt that's their real intentions behind making this update in the first place. And I'm just pretty skeptical about it, as I feel most people should be, and as a lot of people actually are. But for a second, let's just say that, okay, those really are their true goals or intentions behind making this update, right? For one, and I can't speak for everybody's mental health, obviously, but I don't really feel like that many people were being affected mentally by the amount of dislikes they get on a video. I mean, maybe like when you, on smaller channels, like when you first start off, like, seeing the amount of dislikes, like for my channel, right? If I saw, a certain amount of dislikes, since my channel is pretty small, like I would definitely notice it, but it wouldn't really affect me like mentally. I would just kind of assume that that video that I made just wasn't very good. But like I said, I can't really speak for everyone on that, but I feel like the mental health thing was just kind of a way for them to seem like they really cared, because at the end of the day, yeah, everyone else can't see your dislikes, but the actual creator still can. And like, yeah, I know it's different when, everyone sees you do something embarrassing, and then when you only like know it for yourself, like there's obviously a different level of, emotion that goes into that. But I just feel like at the end of the day, this update doesn't really change anything in terms of, any mental health issues that people would have had, because like, yeah, sure, it probably makes that embarrassment or whatever feel like not as bad because it's not public, but at the end of the day, you still see your dislikes, you still know that people didn't like your video. And also, if it was really about the dislikes being public, like in relation to mental health, then couldn't they have just turned the likes and dislikes off the video? I mean, yeah, sure, you can't see the likes either, but if it was really that big of a problem, and if you're getting like a bunch of hate coming to your channel and disliking your videos, the amount of dislikes is going to be so much higher than the likes anyway, that I feel like it is better to just turn them off anyway if that's really what you feel like you need to do. So I just feel like the update in that regard didn't really change much. My biggest problem with this update is that it makes scamming on YouTube a million times easier. Like, you could not pick a better time to be a scammer or a scalper than right now. And a lot of other people have brought this up too, but this is like one of the first things I thought about when I saw this update. Is a lot of people upload kind of clickbait videos of like glitches for games, or like there's ads that pop up on YouTube where it's clearly a scam, and sometimes people might not pick up on that, or sometimes it's not as clear, right, and you have to click on the video and kind of figure it out. And with the dislikes in place, you click on that video, you see the video has way more dislikes than likes, and okay, this video is a scam, I can just move on to the next one. Now you don't know that. Yeah, sure, you can look at the comments, but not everyone is going to leave a comment, right? It's much easier to just leave a quick dislike than type out a full comment telling why this is a scam, what the problem is, everything like that. And so for situations like that, now you have to either sit there and watch the whole video, or you might get tricked into clicking a link or doing whatever the glitch is supposed to be and just getting scammed. And like, yeah, generally if you're getting scammed, it's on YouTube, it's mostly like your fault, to be honest, because it's pretty obvious when it's a scam. But I mean, people are buying into Kickstarters, so obviously not everybody understands that. Also, there's many times where I go on YouTube to look up how to fix something or how to put something together, and if I click on a video and somebody's explaining how to do it and they're doing it wrong, I could see the dislikes and could tell, okay, they're probably doing something wrong, or they don't really know what they're talking about, I'll just move on to another video. And yeah, like I said, you can look at the comments, but it's still not as reliable as dislikes, because people aren't always going to leave comments. And so removing dislikes has basically made YouTube a unreliable way to find information in some cases, or at least it makes it harder to easily find that information and tell what is right, what is wrong. Because when you had the dislikes, you didn't even really have to listen to the video, you didn't have to look at the comments, you didn't have to really do anything. You can look at that dislike ratio and tell, okay, this video is not what I need, this is not what I'm looking for. And now it slows down that process. And then speaking of comments anyway, going back to the mental health thing, I feel like more people on YouTube that have problems with mental health, stuff like that from their videos, I feel like a lot of that has to do more with the comment section than the dislikes. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in the comments, people can really just say everything they want to say about you. Whereas dislike, that just means they disliked your video. Maybe they had a different reason to dislike your video, sure, but at the end of the day, they dislike your video. Comments, they can call you all type of stuff, they can bring up all types of family stuff, send death threats, whatever. So I feel like if it was really about mental health, they would have done something more with the comments than the actual dislikes. And so that leads me to what I think YouTube's real goal was with this update. If you look at videos posted by a lot of big companies, whether it's video game trailers or, you look at like the NFL the halftime show a few years ago is like crazy amount of dislikes compared to likes. I feel like it had a lot more to do with stopping things like that, because you look at something like Infinite Warfare's trailer is like one of the most disliked videos ever. That affects their sales because somebody looks at that trailer, sees it's getting a ton of dislikes, they're like, oh man, I don't know if I really want to get this game. It looks like nobody really, it looks like it's not going to be very good. And so YouTube is trying to strengthen their bonds with these companies as much as possible, which is definitely something I understand as obviously their business, but when you remove a fundamental aspect of your own platform, with really no actual reason to do it that actually, benefits the people using the platform, and that's where the line kind of has to be drawn. And also, in that video, one of their excuses for making this was that, other platforms like Twitter and Instagram and stuff don't have dislikes, so it shouldn't matter on YouTube, as if they're even relatively similar at all. YouTube is essentially a search engine, and Instagram and Twitter are not even close to that. Those are used more just to kind of see like what's going on in people's lives and things like that, whereas YouTube is used to find all types of stuff. And honestly, I'd argue Twitter needs a dislike feature anyway, because some of the worst things I've ever read in my life were found on Twitter. And if we're going to be talking about mental health, are we just going to ignore having to stress all day wondering if your video is going to get demonetized or copyright striked for no reason? People are getting their videos taken down for playing 3 seconds of video game music and they have to upload the video 7 times, but here I am, I'm expected to believe that dislikes are the devil? Like, is the criticism on YouTube, and honestly just like information in general, like people, for the most part, like if I see a scam video, I'm going to dislike it. One, because it's just not worth watching, but also it lets people in the future who click on the video know, hey, this video is not worth your time, move on. Is that really so bad that we have to just like censor the dislikes and act like everything is just perfect on the video? Because now you only see likes, so you just assume, oh, everyone's liking the video. And that's not the case. Yeah, the creator can still see the dislikes, but if they're a scammer, they don't care. They just don't want them to be public. If they can see them, it doesn't matter. They're not scamming themselves. So can you imagine if Amazon removed their 5-star reviewing system and you can only rate things a 5-star, or you just can't review them at all? Then just everything seems like it's perfect when that's not the case. Or if they just remove the system entirely, so you just have to guess on everything that you buy, whether it's good quality, whether, if it's clothes, if it fits right, or whatever. And like I said earlier, comments are not a reliable way to get this information. With dislikes, you can just quickly glance at that. Okay, it's not worth my time. I'll just move on to another video. You have to scroll through the comments. And like, even if you see a good video, there's still going to be people that are, hating on it or being negative. So reading the comments is just not reliable. It's not going to be consistent. There's going to be some people who like it, some who don't. Whereas dislikes, you can tell, okay, there's more dislikes than likes. That generally means the video is not going to be good. Unless it's just an unpopular opinion or something. But if it's like how to fix something and you see more dislikes than likes, okay, cool. They probably did it wrong or something. I'll just move on. Whereas you have to read the comments, oh, it worked for me, oh, it didn't work for me, and you have to just kind of guess. Like, this is honestly probably one of the worst updates I've seen in anything. Like, this is like a Sony, like when Sony changed the muting system on PlayStation, I thought that was like pretty bad, but this is like horrible. And clickbait channels are probably having the time of their life right now, because they can upload just a 10-minute video of a black screen, put some crazy clickbait title that never happened ever, and according to YouTube, your video is perfect, just excellent. Great quality, everything. No dislikes on your video, publicly. But hey, that's all that matters, because nobody knows that your video has way more dislikes than likes, except for you, so you're good. Like, it's insane. Like, every category of YouTube now is ruined. Like, you look at people who watch tutorials try and learn something, right? Any bad tutorial, oh well, you would never know. People getting clickbaited, that's been bad anyway, but now it's even worse. People that want to watch reviews can't tell which reviews are worth watching, which ones aren't. You want to listen to music? Well, guess what? When you click on a song like Soul Train, get ready for your ears to bleed, because you'd never know the song's bad. Even if you're just going on YouTube for entertainment, just to watch some funny videos or whatever, you would be under the impression that every video you're watching is perfect, because you have no reason to believe otherwise. Unless, of course, you scroll down to the comments and waste even more time on top of the time you're wasting watching the video you shouldn't be. And then, yeah, maybe you'll see that maybe that video is not worth watching. But the fact that we have to waste so much extra time to figure that out when it really should just be simple is crazy to me. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the video. That's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on that, because I think this update is horrible. Probably the worst update I've ever seen on anything in my life. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.